Hey guys, welcome to Hollywood Hills once again. So this weekend, me and the LiveX crew went out to Farm Jam round number 6, which was the final round. So we're going to be bringing you some absolute digital gold from that. Super excited to get involved in the edit. But before we get into that, let's do a look back at one of our partners and longtime partners and supporters of Hollywood Hills. We checked in with 421 team at the final round of the GXCCs to talk about their final event and what has been an up and down season for 2019. Check it out. As the glowing embers started to fade away for 2019 and the championship racing season, we caught up with the last firecracker, which was going to be the last round of the GXCCs in Zorgvliet. Team 421 knew exactly what they had to do to get the job done and nail down their number 2s in the championship. The team were on fire and looking forward to another absolute cracker of an event.
Yeah, 2019 started off we kept the momentum going. We came in with a second in the first race. I won the second race and thought, well, we're on track, and then it just kind of all went pear-shaped from there. We just had the most unbelievable run of bad luck.
This year's been a battle with small niggly stuff issues. Look, we're still lying, I think, all second in the championship. For the year we had, we're pretty pleased with if we can get that result. But yeah, just a bad luck year right through.
Yeah, we have to race what we have, so it takes a lot of prep time. You can't change everything after every race, but we try to keep everything in top shape.
We're testing new equipment for next year, hopefully to be on it. Our old race bikes, or the race bikes we used to race, is getting a bit old.
The spares I have in now was imported from the US.
I've tried doing the 450, but I'll rather stick to my big 700.
Yeah, if you look after it properly, then I'm sure it will do another 3-4 years.
It's been a very difficult year for us. Machinery's been letting us down, but we're here in the last race on a different bike, and let's see what we can do if we can salvage something.
Yes, we had some fun on the dam, so I had a little oops. But just my aim is to finish with this injured knee, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I had one, I think it was in GXCC 6, a small mistake on the line, and the bike just gripped a bit much, and I stuck it over backwards and bent it all up, but that was the end of the race. Shortest race in my career, I think I went about 5 meters.
Look, I wish it rained again. It was usually close racing here. Dust is always a factor, especially through the year.
I work hard on my whole shot, and it's especially with the dusty environment, and there's been no rain. The whole shot is going to be crucial getaway and not get stuck in the dust. Unfortunately for me, I always seem to catch the guys in front of the next group, so I always get a bit of dust.
It's going to be a tough one. You have to rely on something to happen.
I think taking all shots is going to be key. Trying and get ahead and get out first and go ahead.
Oh well, definitely it's going to be dusty, so all shot is going to be the point to go for.
We're all going out to try and put the bikes on the podium and salvage our championships. I think I can probably still come in third. There's an outside possibility of second. Hitting Amati also and David. So we're all in to stand on the podium at the end of the year.
Theoretically, there is still a chance. So I have to just do what I can manage, and that's to go for the win.
Just on behalf of the team, we just really like to thank our sponsors for this year: CST Tires, Dragon Energy International, and Dirtness Cleaning Products. Without them, it's difficult for us to go racing, and they make it possible. And we just want to thank them from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much.
Flag drop. Gideon and the Kawasaki did the unthinkable. They came straight out the box with very little prep time, pulled the whole shot and started to run clear air. One of the most important whole shots of Gideon Jacobs' strong career. And David Straden, who has walked away with a Q2 overall win, was looking to go one better and take a clear outright quad category victory. He started well by running off the gate with a whole shot. That was 2 for 2 so far. On the Masters gate, one of the guys with the best hole shot ever that has been dogged by a ton of mechanicals in 2019. Herbst jumped onto the 450 Yamaha, pulled clear air, and was just going to pray for the next 4 laps that everything held together. Marty bogged down off the line, which meant through the hole shot gates, she was going to be off the back of the pack, but her supreme prowess, skill, and fitness would see her come out of the hole shot queue and into open air in second. On the track, Gideon was looking good on point. He'll of course been crossing his fingers and everything to see if he could debut the Green Monster and run the numbers. By the end of laps 1 and 2, he'd extended almost 5 minutes ahead of the rest of the chasing pack. Time was going to tell if it would all hold together. For David Stratum, he was doing an impeccable job. 2 rebuilds on the quad throughout the season, and it looked like it should have been his championship this year. His pace has been incredible, and once again, he was extending off the front, pulling almost a minute and a half over his competition as 1 by 1. They fell by the wayside, but the big guy, David, was on point and looking for the checkers. Brian Herbst, who has become the king of the hole shots, was going to be running the numbers out there on a very unknown factor. On his flat track race machine, he knows what Yamahas can do. Out there in the rough, unforgiving terrain of GXCCs, it was an unknown quantity. He was crossing everything he had at the halfway marker. For Marty, second place was going to be the best that she could do, nursing that knee injury. Second place, though, would wrap up her second place in the championship. On track, Gideon was doing an amazing job, pulling almost 7.5 minutes out of the chasing pack until a problem, just 10 Ks to go, faltered the unstoppable run of the Kawasaki. He still came across the line in third, but the Cinderella story for Gideon, at least, was over. For David, it continued, and the belle of the ball was running the numbers to be able to walk away with not only a Q2 class win, but this would be the first time David would see the checkers and take his first ever quad overall win. 1 by 1, the crew were on the sideline waiting to see if their hopeful champions would be able to bring home the bacon. Herbst arrived. His first flag of the second half of the season and a win in the Masters, cementing his top 3 on the run. For Marty, an uncomfortable day in the saddle at Zorgvliet would cement her number 2 spot on the event, as well as a number 2 in a hard-fought up and down testing and technical 2019 championship tour. After the race, we chatted to the crew. They had to be happy with the final event.
Went perfect. Couldn't have asked for better. I did what I could, so I took the whole shot, and from there just kept it wide open to the way all the way in front. Took the Q2 win and the overall win at the end. A lot of guys breaking down again, but everything held up on the bike nicely, so super stoked.
Fairly decent race. When I got a bike that can finish the race, managed to grab the whole shot and went hard on the first lap. Unfortunately, caught some of the Q2 guys early into lap 1. So I had a little bit of dust the first 2 laps, but then lap 3 got a little bit of clear air and just put the hammer down and went. And once I realised I had a little bit of a gap, just kind of controlled it and drove it to the end.
Yeah, look, took the whole shot like I wanted to. The first 3 laps went like planned and just went awesome. Kept ahead and unfortunately on the last lap, it's about 10 k's before the end, the motor let go. I think crank seized, so unfortunate things happen.
Well, I struggled a little bit, but I've managed to finish. So I'm glad for my results. So. I had a little oopsie there on the start, but I managed to get through the gates and get second out into the field. So it was quite good.
Look, I think the route was tough. It was really, really tough. I think through that tough sections, everybody gets hurt, and you just need to keep on going and then push through that. I think through the thick bush section, that's the biggest time that I made up.
I think today on the straights, the tight stuff was a little bit hard on my knee. I sit all the time, so I think on the straights I made up a little bit of time.
I just managed to do 2 laps on a tank, so which saved me a few precious seconds in the pit stop.
Look, I was also lucky I could run 2 laps without fueling. So I made a little bit of time in the pits.
Yeah, it's amazing being part of the 4-1 squad. We have been blessed with amazing sponsors.
We have a great team. They're friends. Nobody gets paid. The guys come and do it for the love of it. I our pit boss Jacques is phenomenal. He's the fastest pit stop. He gets us in and out in under 10 seconds.
Jockey for doing the pits, quick refuel. Luckily no punctures like I said, so we didn't have to do any tyre changes, but all in all, very happy. Went well.
Yeah, look, pit stop, we've got a good guy, Jock. There's a big thanks to him. He's always there for the pit, skated for all of us.
And it's really important. The guys coming for a pit stop, it's clockwork. And without everybody, the whole team, sponsors included, CST give us great tyres to ride on, Dragon keep us refreshed, Dirtness clean our bikes. It's all important. It's all one big cohesive unit that lets us get where we are.
And then for Dragon, for getting us with Dragon and especially CST for the tyres, those two, without them we wouldn't be in racing. So big thanks to them.
So that's Zorgfleet done and dusted, but let's take a quick look back and talk about how the 2019 tour went as a whole.
Yeah, I'm happy the season is over. It's been a long, expensive season for most of us. I had to do 2 rebuilds, which is not normal. So luckily that's passed us, and this is a perfect stepping stone to next season.
Yeah, look, in hindsight, I'm happy the season's over. It's been a horrendous season for me, so I'm kind of glad it's over. Now we start building towards next year, decisions to be made as to what bikes are we going to ride. But we'll come back next year, and next year we'll fight for the championship.
Yeah, look, fine. Bad luck season this. Not really glad it's over, but time to plan for next year, time to get the equipment ready, and we'll be ready next year.
Yeah, definitely looking out for next season. Yeah, so 2020 we will be back.
Awesome to work with those guys. We know they're going to be on board for 2020, and it looks like they're going to be changing up machinery going forward. But once again, 421 are looking to try and be the quad team to beat on the change of season. Right, so that's 421 out the way, and we get ourselves ready for the next 2 weeks. So as with the last couple of events and the last couple of productions for Farm Jam, we're going to be splitting things up into the quads and juniors, and then the second show for the bikes. We haven't decided which one's going to go first, but this is just a little taster and a teaser of what went down and what to look forward to on the next 2 weeks' productions. Check it out. Right, so we're going to be busy for the next couple of weeks on the edits and the post-production side, but hang in there. There's going to be some amazing stuff coming down the pipe. We couldn't be more happy about this. The only sad bit is it's the last Farm Jam of the season. So what else is coming around the bend? Well, it's getting thin on the page, I must say, for the rest of the tour. 2019 is coming to a close. We've already wrapped up the National Enduros, the GXCCs, the Farm Jams. Everything is pretty much starting to get a close, and the number 1 plates are starting to come out. The final couple of number 1 plates are still to be decided in the next 2 weeks, and that's going to be the double header, which was on the calendar for Vryburg for the National Off-Roads or the National Cross Countries for the bikes. So that's a bit of a nail biter. It has been moved venue as well. It's going to be the GXCC Tour that are going to be looking after the running of the double header. So that's going to be racing on a Friday and a Saturday, and that's obviously double points, and that's to nail down all of the 2-wheel categories. So that's something we'll be reporting back on after we've wrapped up shop for all the productions for Farm Jam. After that, you pretty much take a 2-week break, then we go into Nitex. So that's an interesting thing as well. Mike Puzzi and the crew up at Bikers Warehouse are going to be pulling it out one more time to go old school for Nitex. It looks like it's going to be a more open track, less tech, more raceable. So super excited to be involved in that, and definitely bringing you a report back from that. And literally 1 week after that, we go to Roof. Liv Lesotho looking after the running of that. I'm going to be up there on the mic, and I am going to be bringing you all the reports back. In fact, it'll be a 2-part report, and that will be our final wrap-up of Hollywood Hills for the season. So hang in there. There's still a few titles and a few events still left on the page. But for now, hold your breath, because next 2 weeks coming at you for Hollywood Hills, it's all about Farm Jam. Laters.